Take two. You don't know this, but we've already recorded this. And we did what every podcaster has always complained about, that they record, but they weren't recording.
And that was us. So hi, welcome back to Ha Knitting.
I'm Andrea, also known as Auntie Cray Cray.
And I'm Holly, also known as Holly. Yes, we are a bunch of lovely people who are here in Artistic Fibers in Burlington, Wisconsin. And we just totally messed up for about 20 minutes. So we're going to start again.
I'm not taking the blame. This one goes on you.
This one is me, so
I will take the blame if it's my fault, but
yes, no, this one was totally my fault.
So we are coming to you from Wisconsin, and it is December 29th of 2020, what will go down as quite the year.
Dumpster fire.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
My 2019 was worse than my 2020, actually. My 2020 wasn't horrible. Actually, slowing life down and things like that made me more balanced. So I kind of embraced the staying home. I kind of embraced the quieter life, and lots of good things happened for me this year. So it's really not as bad as you would think. And I was one of those stylists that was shut down first in the beginning. So luckily in Wisconsin, we've only been shut down once as a salon. I know California's on like 3, so let's not dwell on quarantine stuff. That was an accident that I went down. We try not to go there, but yeah, so we're supposed to get a snowstorm today.
Woohoo!
I think it's our second visible that lasts snow, but we don't have anything on the ground right now. Little piles here and there, but nothing major. Some people haven't even shoveled yet.
Right, because there's been no point.
Right. So yay. We'll be a snow globe in here soon.
Yep. Well, we had a couple holidays, and so that's kind of precluded us from doing some of our podcasting. Mm-hmm. But she's a hairdresser, and I'm work retail, so it's been kind of crazy.
It's crazy. So this is podcast number 2 for us. So thanks for everybody that chatted with us on our first one and enjoyed it. It was just weird to see that people actually watched us. And I know our numbers are so much lower than other people, which I don't care.
No, I just think it's great people are watching it all. So I sent her a message like, hey, 56 people watched us. And she's like, holy cow, look out.
Yeah, so that was kind of exciting. We got all kinds of great feedback. And,
please remember to hit the subscribe button wherever that is. But
so
please,
you see us again.
Yes, every time we do this.
Yes. So, where do you want to start?
Well, let's start with our gnomes.
Oh, yes. Okay. So, last podcast, Charisse, who is one of our favorite knitters. Out of all of them, she's got to be like in the top 10.
Obviously. We forgot to mention her, and
she was upset, and we knew it. And as soon as we finished last time, we're like, well, we mentioned this person and this person. Oh, we didn't mention Charisse, and you know she's going to be mad. Sure enough, they get here in the afternoon, and he said, yeah, you guys got mentioned. She goes, what about me? Nope. She was mad.
Yeah, we still hear about it. So
Charisse, one of our favorite knitters, brought this pattern into our shop and attention, and it's just the cutest. She's lost her knitting mojo a little bit over the last, I'd say, month. Holidays in 2020 have just been kind of crazy. So she started knitting some smaller, quicker little knits, and one of these is this free pattern. It's called Gnome for the Holidays, and you make these cute little gnomes that are like ornament size or put on a package size. Christmas is gone now, so I say a garland size. And it's by Wandering Cat Studio. And they are the cutest. I weighed mine, and I used about 6 grams of fiber for them. I used double-stranded fingering weight for mine. Holly's are done. She's showing some of hers. Mine are not done, but I have some.
This one's fingering weight, and this one is DK.
And they really, to the eye, don't look any different.
No, because
Did you use different size needles?
No, I used 3s on all of them.
Did you double strand your fingering?
I did double strand. my
Oh, okay.
fingering.
So you made a DK out
Yeah.
of your finger, and
Yes.
that's why they don't look different. Okay,
Right.
I was confused.
Yeah.
So I decided my knitting mojo's been off, and I'll tell you later why. Because I have a new hobby.
It's a terrible one.
So I decided I was going to make a garland out of and make it a rainbow. And I went out of whack because my yellow wasn't balled up, and I didn't feel like doing it.
And she's also
And then,
got blue.
Yep, I got blue, and then here is my purple. So my little gnome is going to be a garland, and I have white palms for their beards, and then Charisse, one of our favorite knitters, she bought a huge ball of bags.
A bag of
Bag
balls.
of balls. She bought a huge bag of balls, and she shared her balls with all of us. So we all have some. I don't have one. I'll tell you what's hanging on my gnome right now. But these are the little wooden beads that we use for the nose. So I have 10 of them. She gifted me, and I think she probably just got them like off of an Amazon or something.
Yeah.
What size balls do they call for?
15 millimeters. So it's about 3/4 of an inch.
And you could use so many other things. You could use a tiny palm. You could have no-nosed gnomes. I mean, because they're cute just like this, too, without a nose. But the nose obviously makes it much cuter.
Right.
But
Pom-poms.
pom-poms, which I also say that if you don't have poms, they have the faux fur from, like, Joanne Fabrics. And you could use that, too. I have some pink at home. I'm thinking of doing a Valentine's garland and some Valentine's hats. I'm going on a little road trip, and I think these would be nice little tiny things to knit while I'm gone.
Right. And the only other thing you need is I put a little bit of stuffing in the hat to make it stand up a little straighter.
Or yarn ends.
Or yarn ends.
Do you keep that sack or the ball container or whatever of like the ends that you snip off?
No.
I always feel bad like throwing them away. I don't know what to do with them. I just have like bags and bowls and stuff like that of all my little yarn ends. I think it's kind of cute. My goal was to put them out one year for the birds, but then someone said they get tangled around the birds' feet, and so now I don't know if the birds want my fiber or not. So now they're just cute little bowls of strings. But anyways, so I think they're cute for all holidays. I'm already starting to think like St. Patrick's Day green.
Oh, yeah.
So I have a faux fireplace in my knitting craft room, and I always envision like a garland going across that I would change with different knitting things. And so this one could stay up all year round because it's going to be rainbow. But
and rainbow is very St. Patrick's Day anyways.
You're right.
Just saying.
This is why we're friends. You're
Yes.
so smart.
Let's see. We think alike.
So what I wanted to show you and share with you is the best maker, right?
Oh, yeah.
By
Oh, my
far.
God. The stuff she makes is
The
beyond.
best maker for little stitch markers. I'm not sure what her real name is. I know I've seen it before, but I don't know for sure. I just call her the Deli Dino lady. And her shop is called Deli Dino. And she makes the absolute best stitch markers,
show the back.
projects keepers.
And just
He's
even a
got a
little
little
tail.
butt. A little butt. And I'm trying to see if you can see the salt. Oh, right there in my hair, you can see the little salt flakes on his little tiny pretzels. I mean, these things are so detailed. They're so tiny. I have a couple more here. I'll show you.
I mean, the cheeseburger has pickles and the
It has translucent red onions on it.
Yeah,
You know how
it's
when
just-
you see a onion and there's like, it's kind of translucent and then like the red ring and then translucent ring. That's how her onions are on the hamburger.
It's unreal.
I don't have my hamburger with me. This is a macaroon snowman. So you can see how cute and detailed he is. And then I have, so my heritage that I follow traditions in my family with is Hispanic. So we make tamales and we make homemade tortillas and things like that. And so when I saw the guacamole. I had to have it. Look at all the guaca. See the little tomatoes, the little dots of tomatoes, that little lime and
the
tortilla chips. I mean, it's just, and the texture, it's out of this world, I'm telling you. The only thing I will tell you is that the stuff takes forever to come, at least to my house in Wisconsin. I'm talking months. I ordered back in August or September. It's now December. They're still not here. It shows it's en route. It came to the States. It went back to Mexico. It came back to the States again. Why? I don't know. So my order's still not here from like August or September. I just now know when I order from her, it gets here when it gets here, and I don't expect it. It's a surprise, and I love it no matter when it comes, but do not expect it right away if you have the same luck I do. I don't think that's standard to take 4+ months to get here, but for whatever reason it does, and she mails it out right away. Like, it's mailed within a week or two.
Yeah.
So anyways, this is her logo, Deli Dino, and then I don't think you can probably see all this on there, but those are all her little things, and they come packaged in this cute little box, and they're always hanging on this little card, kind of like a jewelry box. They're just the best. They are absolutely the best. I know there's a ton of other makers out there that make these things. This one is the best. Her prices are normal. It just takes a while to get here because it comes from Mexico, but I highly recommend Deli Dino. So that's what's hanging on that hat.
All right. Well, I actually
Done with the gnomes. Moving on.
I did actually finish my Christmas socks
By Christmas.
on Christmas.
Hey, better late than never.
Yeah. Hey, finished them on Christmas. So I changed out my socks while I was still at my parents' house so I could wear my evergreen tree socks.
They're so cool. Those are the ones we talked about on the last podcast,
It
right?
is. Yes, it is.
So you added just the quick note on it. You added another set of trees on the foot part,
Yes, the top of the foot.
and you shortened the top part.
I
there,
did. I
right?
shortened the top and kind of below the first tree because I do not care for long socks. I like shorter socks. And that's just what works for me. But because of that, I also got at least 4 gnome hats out of that. So
Because you had lots left over.
I had
from
lots
that
left
then.
over. So I've made 4, and I have a little bit left, so I might make something else with mine in my...
What are you going to do with your gnomes? Do you know?
Actually, I'm thinking about making them and selling them.
Oh, sweet. Those are super
Yeah,
cute.
because they're super cute
Yep.
and they're great, and
Gives you something to do.
It gives me, and it's a great stash buster.
And a palette cleanser between
Yeah.
projects. Like,
Yes.
oh, I'll just whip out a couple of hats.
Well, I mean, when you got,
I know.
I finished socks with these that some awesome yarn dyer made for me like a year or so ago in my favorite colors.
Brewers.
Brewers.
She's a big Brewers baseball fan.
Oh yeah, and I love the old colors from the glove logo. So it's this gorgeous blue and yellow, and nowhere does it mix to make green.
That's what I was just going to say. That was a really hard
Yeah.
color to dye because
Yeah.
any green and or any blue and yellow obviously make green, and there's no green on the Brewers
she
logo. But I did it.
nailed it. And it came-
One and done.
yeah, and then I have this left over from other socks that I've made. So again, just a
So
nice way
much.
to use up yarn left because I mean,
And I love knitting with fingering weight doubled.
yeah, I just
I
love
think
fingering
that's
and
one of my
fingering it.
favorites because it stays so soft and strong because the double.
Oh yeah, I mean this is double and it feels so
Yeah.
much thicker than
Yes.
this one's DK.
I even like making socks like a DK sock because they still fit in your
Yeah.
shoes. I mean, you're not
Yeah.
wearing tight shoes, I don't think, when you're wearing socks. It's more like, for us, it's more like boot weather.
Look at
But
this cute gnome hat. It's with that Good For You yarn.
oh, because it has the speckles in it.
already in it. I don't know if you're seeing it, but I mean,
Yeah.
it's just an added fun right there. Can't go wrong.
The color's not too bad on the screen from what I'm seeing,
No.
but this has little like purple and blue. You can see
There's
a little
some brown
blue
in
coming
there.
through.
It's just
tiny speckles on that
it's
too. So
beautiful.
love it.
Yeah.
We're
And
still talking about gnome hats.
because they were fun.
Yeah.
And that this green yarn is antique cray yarn. So
Yep.
yes.
How about we talk about your silver leaf shawl?
Let's talk about
Because this is kind of another stash busting.
well,
thing
it's
now that
stash
we're-
busting in a way that you found a great pattern.
Mm-hmm.
I will show this.
Here, you.
And then I went, oh my God, I have yarn. And I didn't know what to do with it because it came with the pattern, but I didn't like the pattern. So, well, I liked the pattern, but it was just a chart, and I hate reading charts. This one, it has a chart and written directions, which I like better.
It's called the Silver Leaf by Lisa Haynes.
And
Malaha
so this
Designs,
is
probably
kind
butchering
of
that.
a off-white kind of yarn, but it's got sparkle in it. And the best part is you start here, and it's just real basic knitting, yarn overs and stuff till you get to here. This is a lace pattern in here, and then you're back to just plain old knitting.
So I also made this, and when I made it, I used kind of like a candy pastel color through here, and then I did this section with a solid pale blue, and then finished off with that candy speckle color again over here. So you knit, without going into too much detail, you knit this triangle first, and then you
keep
obviously you're going this way. You keep going, but this looks like, I thought this was an applied border after. It's not. It's still knit going this way, which is cool. So you can change this section and this section and this section and get still the rows that way. So
Right. If you're trying to use up yarn, this is a great way to use up yarn. You can make different rows, different colors if you want.
and I screwed this up all the time. My
Yeah.
holes are at different spots,
Right.
and it didn't matter. No one knows.
But, I mean, that's kind of the joy of knitting.
Yes. So,
And I blocked it here so that my cat wouldn't lay on it.
but Tito's white.
He is white, but, you know, I just tried not to have so many fur
Yeah, I suppose.
things.
There's always like a half a cat knit into every
Just
cat
about.
lover's project, because
Well,
it's just around.
I mean,
no matter how clean it is, it's
No matter
still
how
around.
hard I try.
I gave mine to my mom for her birthday in October, and I looked and I can't find a picture of it, although I know I have one somewhere. I couldn't find it. So I will, we're going to touch back on that one, because I also have notes on my pattern of how many grams I used for each section. So when you're stash busting, you can, if you have a little ball or a little hunk of yarn left, you can weigh it, and you might have enough for one of the sections, especially that solid section. So that was something I was doing, and we're going to try to go back to that next
Yeah.
time when I find the notes on mine, and maybe I can get my shawl back from my mom to show you, or at least get a good picture of it. So that would be good.
I think we had a Christmas party.
Oh yeah, we had a party.
It was a great party. It was small.
Yep.
It was intimate, but it was perfect for our small group that was getting together.
Uh-huh. It wasn't a yarn shop party. It was some of us knitters. And because I do hair and nails, I see half these people because I do some of their services too on their hair and nails. So it's kind of like our small group of about 10 of us are around each other in some sort of way anyway. So people are retired. I think you're probably the one that's around the most people being in retail.
Yeah.
But again, you're not up in their face and you're wearing a mask all the time, so it's safe. So we had about a group of 10 that we decided we were just going to get together for Christmas because we needed to. And so we had a gift exchange.
Oh, and it was nice because you just exchanged with one other person.
Yep. This year we did one other person, so we drew names a couple of weeks before.
Gifts for everybody.
So each person got one customized, nice gift for them instead of like just a generic gift. So,
and I think it was great because we're knitters, and I think as knitters we like to get knitting gifts, but our families don't understand that.
Right.
And so they don't always get you the gifts that you were kind of hoping for. So in that respect, it was nice to get something from a fellow knitter for something that I really did want. So, Emily had me. I had Emily. It kind of worked out that way.
yeah, that was strange. Nobody else had the same person. Yeah.
But she got me this gorgeous
It's beautiful.
yarn bowl, which you can see I've been making gnome hats out of here.
I love that it's heavy, that it holds, because I have a really beautiful wood one, but sometimes it rolls around too much because it's lighter weight. It's beautiful, but I'll have to bring that to show sometime.
Well, and then she gave me the cutest kitty stitch markers. Again, I have a cat, and so
cute.
they're so gosh darn cute, and I love them.
You're like the cat lady and she's the chicken lady.
I know. But she also has a cat and a dog, too.
Yeah, true.
I ended up giving her a sock blank that I had bought, and she didn't know exactly what to do with it. She wanted to wear it as a scarf.
Like my husband says, why are you reknitting that? I have some test knitting going on right now with some of my sock blanks, and they are beautiful. I should probably have, my mom will be done with the one that she's knitting for me, and then Kenny will be done with hers. So I'm going to ask to borrow those so next time I can try to show those, because people, I know we talked about this on the last podcast. I don't want to call them sock blanks. For people that don't knit socks, they think they can't use them, and it's absolutely crazy. It's basically a mystery knit along with when you're making it. You don't really know what you're going to get, which is super fun. So, anyways,
another thing that we are doing for February, which we exchanged at the Christmas party.
Yes,
We all brought in, most of us brought in, a skein of yarn that you purchased
from your stash
that
you love.
but you just haven't used it.
Yep. Because what we said is, like Holly was alluding to before, as knitters, people don't think that they can knit something for you because you're a good knitter. Why would you want what they knit you? Which is not true, because I would love a pair of gloves even if it had, Swiss cheese holes all over it from someone, because you know how much love went into it. But
You also know the time, how much the yarn
you don't
costs.
always get what you like you said, like what you want. So we decided Valentine's Day is Holly and I's birthday. We're both February 13th.
Yes.
Year older.
By just a little bit.
Yep. But we always get together for our birthdays because we have another woman, Rhonda, that's part of our group, and her birthday's in February too. So this tight little group that we have get together in February. So I said, why don't we do like a friend gift exchange? So at Christmas, bring in a skein of yarn that you love. See the theme, heart, Valentine's Day, love. A skein of yarn that you love. We will do an exchange. Someone else will get your skein. That person knits that skein into something and then gives that back. So that's kind of the mystery. So when you get it back at our February get-together, you're getting a present out of yarn that you know you like, and it's a surprise because you don't know what they're going to make you.
They can make anything, and they can use stuff out of their own stash.
You can add to it.
To help add to it.
Yep. So this is what our bag, so we drew numbers, and then you got to go grab your bag.
Just make sure you didn't get your own.
Yep, the only thing you would check is you just double check on the bottom that you didn't get your own. Other than that, you had to take the number that you had, or that you could pick. The numbers that you drew was the order we picked in, not the number on the bed.
Right.
So I got this, which I'm really excited about. It's blowing out on the screen, but it's lime green and
blue and purple and dark green.
So it's by Twisted Fiber Arts. I've never knit with this yarn. This happens to be from my mom. I just so happened to get hers, and I know she loves shawls. She is like an accessorizer, so she's dresses similar to me as like, a beige shirt, and then what kind of top are we going to put over it, and then what kind of, neckwear, and then what kind of earrings, and the whole 9 yards. So I know she's going to love this. The only problem is this has 340 grams, and it is a fingering weight, a sock weight. So it's a little shy. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to make with it yet. I know it's going to be shawl, but I don't want it to be just a handkerchief size. So I may end up having to add something to this. Otherwise, if you've seen this knit up in anything, like in a one skein project, bonus if it's a shawl, please let us know down in the comments, because I'm really excited to knit this. Of course, it's going to be beautiful no matter what, but I haven't done my Ravel research yet to figure out what exactly I'm going to make on it. But this is going to be one of my car knits on my car trip that I'm taking soon. So that's that.
I think we need to talk about your new obsession.
Oh, because I have no knitting to show, really.
Well, but your new obsession is just terrible, so.
So you and I, we went to a cookie class. This was, I don't remember when it was though, but it had to have been after businesses opened back up but they hadn't really mandated masks and stuff yet. Because remember when we went, like we were nervous to go.
Right.
We didn't know if we had to wear a mask or not wear a mask. We were worried how close we were going to be.
It had to be
it was
summer
like,
though, because I remember I wore a summer
well, we got
dress.
shut down in March. So I'm thinking it's like April, May
I think it was
time.
like
when
June-ish.
maybe.
I don't know.
Anyways, because it was warm. Because
Yes.
that's right, you had a summer dress on. Anyways, so we went to this like kind of like crafting class, and you could pick 3 or 4 different crafts to go to, and we picked cookie decorating. So we went and we made little like margarita glasses
Little
and
tacos.
I don't even remember what they
It
all
was
were.
all like a taco party kind
Yep.
of theme. A cactus. There was a cactus.
Oh yes, but it was super fun. And when
we
we
made
were
6
done,
cookies.
our cookies were good. Not
Yeah.
only were they good, they looked good. They looked good and they tasted good.
They looked like the ones that you would buy.
And I thought, I can't believe these look so good. I really thought they were going to look like crap, and they did not.
Well, the teacher we had was patient
Yes.
and phenomenal.
Yes,
So
she was really good. And I had known about her because I had been buying cookies from her. I had been buying like Father's Day sets for Brad last year. I bought a couple where you get like, I bought a golf one and a grill one, so like 2 or 3 or 4 like really nicely decorated cookies in a little box. And so I thought, I'm going to do more of this. I think I can do this because I'm so crafty as it is. And sure enough, then I got a motivation in my head that I was going to start sending these to my nephews in California, because there's 3 of them, boys. They're very close in age, so they play with all the same toys and stuff like that. So and they come from a big family, and I just feel like they have so many things. So I'm like, what can I give them for experience? I can't give them experiences right now because of COVID, and they're in California. So I thought, I'm going to start baking them really fun cookies. They love them. Other people started eating them. They love them. Then I made some. I was going to make them for Christmas gifts this year. I thought, you know what? We're not getting together. I'm going to make these. Then people started wanting to order them, and then order more. And then I got corporate orders for more. So it got to be, oh my gosh, I have a micro business happening. So I have been getting ready for Valentine's Day. So I brought some of these to show you because, you know, we're all crafty in all different ways. But these are the little whales that I've been doing. Oh, they're so cute. I think these are my favorite so far. So I have the little whales, and then I've been practicing my writing. So I have, will you be my Valentine? And I whaley love you. So these are just practice. In fact, I brought them just because they were in this box. Oh, yes. Got the wrong one. They go like this. So these are lovebirds.
Oh.
And I'm thinking of putting a little heart cookie in the middle of it. Those are cute. And I had this so far, be my lovebird. Will you be my lovebird? Something. I'm going to figure something out later. Again, these are just practice. But these are the cutest bees. So I actually bought some bees that are coming that will go like on here. But they're pretty big. I have 2 thicknesses, and my husband said, don't do this again. The thin ones are crispy. He doesn't like them. So I do a really thick cookie. They're not breaking while shipping, which is awesome, because that's really kind of what happens is because of online presence. Like, you end up shipping things nowadays with ordering. But be mine. So cute. So yeah, so I have all kinds of some really horrible lips. They're not working right. I need to practice those ones. But yeah, so I have all these cookies, and the rejects go to a friend of ours. My husband and I hang out with this couple, Stacy and Matt, and Matt always says, you got any rejects for me? Because I give him all the rejects. So here's Matt's reject box. And I kind of have a plan now for Valentine's Day, and so I'm going to be gone.
Yes.
So we won't be podcasting for a while because I am going on a road trip across country to see my mom. She's going to be in Arizona for a couple of months, and my aunt, my uncle, and my in-laws, my grandparent-in-laws, they're all in Arizona. So my husband and I have taken a drive out there a couple of times, and we decided to do it. With COVID, I'm not scared to fly. It's it's more anxiety to be on a schedule and to wear a mask for all those hours. I already have high anxiety when I fly anyway, even though I'm not scared to fly. I've always been a germaphobe, so I've actually always been afraid of, it's the touching things. I bring a sweatshirt to put over the back of the seat. I'm grossed out by airports. And so I already have that heightened worry, I guess you should say. So I said, why don't we just drive? We're empty nesters now. Our daughter just moved out a couple of months ago. And so I said, let's just take a trip. We'll get up and drive when we want to drive, and we'll stop and get a hotel when we stop, and we'll just make our way to Arizona and enjoy the country. And so that's what we're going to do. So we're leaving right after New Year's. So I think we're going to leave the 2nd. And then we have to work on, both of us have stuff on the 18th. So we'll be gone for like 2 weeks. And I plan on doing a lot of knitting in the car. But going back to, so as soon as I come back, then I'll be all ready for Valentine's Day with my cookies. I'll get those going. I also am going to have some knitting that I'm going to do in the car. So I'll have the shawl done and have some stuff to show next time for that. But I'm excited just to leave Wisconsin. I'll probably feel it even more tomorrow when we have all the snow.
Yeah.
Luckily, I don't really ever have to leave my house. And that's also the scary thing around this time of year when we fly. We always travel during this time because the worst months in Wisconsin are January, February, March.
Easy.
So in fact, my time hop on Facebook has been all these vacations because that's all I do. We travel this time of year. So we're always going somewhere because it's get out of Dodge. But what happens is our flights get screwed up because of the snow a lot of times. So that was also, we can avoid, the snow based on if it's really bad on the 2nd, we'll leave on the 3rd.
Yeah.
So I'm not worried about it, but I'm excited to go on that little trip. I don't think I have any more knitting.
Okay. Well, I want to talk about Stash Busters.
Oh, yes.
So you finished the socks or the shawl or whatever it is. Like, I finished this sweater and I had leftover yarn.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I made a hat out of it with leftovers.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes you go, there's not a lot left, but you got some left and you don't know what to do. Obviously, you can make the gnome hats. But another fun thing that I've been making, and again, free pattern on Ravelry. Can't go wrong with free pattern. Woven stars.
That caught my eye on Ravelry when it popped up, too, about a month ago.
And so here is a finished one. The pattern itself calls for DK yarn, which this one is. But I've also been making it with fingering. You'll recognize this yarn is the yarn left over from my silver leaf shawl. Mm-hmm. And the best part about it is it's easy. You knit 2 triangles. So here's one triangle done. And here's the other one.
So the one's connected.
The one you have to connect. But then the other one we're going to weave through, so it's woven. I was practicing this before, and of course it worked just fine, so now of course
It's not going to work now.
Yeah.
Dead silence.
Woo-hoo.
Concentration. Did it go?
For the most part.
It looks like you got it.
Yeah. Ta-da! And then you have your star. And then you literally just sew your ends together. And then you want to sew around the back side. And then again, I just made a loop with my yarn.
You made a loop with your ends.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Which you could always make an I-cord.
Yeah, that's what I did on my gnome hats. I know some people were just using the string. I finished it off with the tiny
But whichever one you want, and then you have a cute little star when you're done. And
again, ornament, package,
present.
Yep. Garland.
I mean, whatever.
I'm obsessed with garland. So I have an idea for 2021 knitting.
Oh, you do?
Yes, I do. It kind of has to do with what I'm knitting or what I'm wearing today. So what I'm wearing today, I made a very long time ago. This is called the Scarfy thing. and it is from Hedgehog Fibers. It's a free pattern. And
God, love free patterns.
I had bought this yarn. I can't even remember who it's from, but this was the solid. Not the solid, but this was like a show special, like a full skein of fingering weight yarn. And then I bought one of her minis, and so it gave me all these contrasting colors. And then I just put tassels bought at a craft store on the ends. And I really like this one because if I'm cold, it's big enough to wrap around my shoulders. You know, if you go to a restaurant, summer or winter actually, whether it's air conditioning sometimes even, it's chilly. And so this can actually wrap around your back because it's a little bigger. I printed out, it's a free pattern, which is totally cool. It's called the Scarfy Thing by Hedgehog Fibers. And I had this great idea of making this a 2021 like memory project. So I can show this because it's a free pattern, but it's modular knitting. So you make like square one and you knit this way, and then you pick up along that edge and you knit this way. It's not even really a pattern. You just follow this. It's just, it tells you to cast on a couple of times, but other than that, you just pick up and continue to knit on the other side. So you follow this like modular chart. They also, I don't even know if it's on their site anymore, they actually had a baby blanket, this same concept, but I don't think it's on there anymore. But I did just come across that you could still use the same concept. But so my thought is that I am going to take probably something in my stash that I like that's a neutral, a gray, a brown, a black, a white, something like that. Use that as a base color. And then every time I finish a project, because I have a tendency to work in fingering weight anyway, then just use that, make it maybe even a DK weight in case I have fingering and DK, then I can use DK single.
Yeah.
Fingering doubled. That's what I'm going to do. I got it. And then so then at the end of the year, I'll have something like this that will have a memory of all the things I knit in 2021.
That's really cool.
I think so too. I'm pretty proud of that concept.
You should be.
What are you going to do for 2021? Do you have goals yet?
Oh, I have knitting goals.
Okay.
So my goal is to finish stuff I've started.
I don't like that one. I don't like it because I like starting stuff. I don't like finishing things.
I made this lovely sweater, but it needs a neck, and I need to go back and pick up stitches and make a neck.
Just
on
complete
here.
it.
Yeah. So this one.
Oh, I'm just going to show it real quick because
Yeah.
I'm not going to go into details on this, but this is a little sweater that I made too. It's been sitting there since at least October. All it needs is the armpit underseam sewn up and blocked. That's it. Do you think I did it? No, I have a whole stack of them. I want to pay someone to block all my things. If you're interested, let me know. I will send my box of knits to you. I'll send you some yarn from Auntie Cray Cray, and you can block all my stuff. I think some weaving in of ends. Don't you do that too? Sometimes
Yeah.
something's just sitting there.
Right.
Because you have to weave in the ends before you block it.
This is my Breathe and Hope shawl.
Oh, yeah, that one looks terrible on the needles until it's blocked.
Yeah, but again, I'm still working on that.
Uh-huh.
Just stopped working on that for whatever reason. And this is my Tegna.
Oh, you've been knitting on that a long time.
Yeah, but again, I'm to the point where I've divided for the sleeves. I just have to...
So you're like 3/4 of the way done.
Right, but of course, it's still sitting here, needing to be...
Yeah, but
Finished.
you could say, if you pick it up and finish it, you can say you knit a sweater in a weekend.
Right.
Because you technically did. Because you just finished it in
Right.
the weekend.
Right. So
Love it.
I think my 2021 goals, at least for the early part of the year, is to work on that. I do have some ideas of a new thing I'd like to try is that
Intarsia.
Interlock.
Oh, interlock, yes.
Yes, knitting. Just because I think it looks cool. I don't know if I'll like it or not, but again, it's always nice to try new things. And
There was a really cool hat that I think is interlock that just came up on Ravelry. While you're chatting there, let me
Yeah.
see if I can bring it up.
it looks really cool, and
Oops.
it's different. And I think as a knitter, it's nice to challenge yourself with a new thing every once in a while.
What was it called? Let me go to my history page because it's probably on there. Nope. Man. Of course, I'm probably not going to be able to find it now.
But look forward to this being done, so you can see that when that's done.
I'll have to find it. It's they look like almost like snowflakes, like they're little hexagons.
Oh, see, that'd be cute.
And it's really pretty. And I really liked it because I thought, again, it could be one of those memory style projects too, if you knit all in fingering. But I got to figure out where I found it. It might even been on Pinterest. I'm not really sure. I'm going to have to search deeper. But when you go into modular, I'll send it to you later.
Yeah.
And then maybe when you go into your modular knitting, you might put it on your list.
Yeah. So,
Well, I want to know what you got in that box over there.
oh, this box. So, I've been following Lolo Did It on Instagram, and she had a thing where you could buy yourself a Christmas present, wrap it out under your Christmas tree, and then. But you
Holly's a little bit like a kid with presents.
Yeah.
She can't wait to open them, can't wait to give them,
Oh my
can't wait
gosh.
to buy them, wants
No.
to get in on all the gifts.
I love to give presents as
Super
much
fun.
as I like to get presents, so I'm just that person. And because this came up and I was like, oh, well, I like presents for me. So you got to choose between 3 different color choices, but they weren't actually told what color choices they were. They were based on something. So your choices were the Grinch, Cindy Lou Who, and I forget what the third one was. I chose Cindy Lou Who.
So you knew you were getting kind of that color palette concept theme, but you didn't know, and then you knew what kind of yarn you were getting?
Yes.
So you got to pick like DK or
I think
fingering?
it was all DK.
It's all DK. Okay.
Yeah. And it came with a pattern to knit a shawl.
Okay.
But you don't obviously have to
use that.
use that. So this was my Christmas present to me. And it came with cute tissue paper. I absolutely love it.
Beautiful. It's going to blow out.
I know, but it's so pretty.
We got to figure out how to do that.
Yeah.
Fix that.
And then
coloring.
it came with a soak and stitch markers.
I love that soaks so much.
And soak is stuff that you use to wash your knitting when it's done. So, and then she emailed you a pattern, and then it says you got a Merry Christmas.
I love these kind of thing. The little the clips. What do you call them? Not a safety clip. What is that? Paper clip, but with different designs.
Yes. So it was
super fun. So you were excited when you opened it.
and I opened it on Christmas Day.
I am so proud of you.
I know.
You didn't peek before?
I did not.
She's a peeker.
I am.
Well, I don't mean to cut this show short. I mean, it's not short. I don't
you
see the
want to talk
time.
about your cardigan?
Oh, yes. Today I'm wearing the campsite cardigan. I love this pattern. It's a very good first pattern to follow. There's charts, but in the end, if your holes are screwed up, it doesn't even matter. In fact, I'm seeing look at that. That can't be right. There's 2 holes right next to each other there.
But who cares?
So, no one knows. No one cares. This is another one that I knit. I've knit this a couple of times. Plus, I've knit it comes in, little kid sizes, comes in big people sizes, and there's a shawl
and a sweater.
and the sweater without the cardigan. And this is another one that I made, and this is a very soft DK. This is a pretty woolly DK, but I love it. My only complaint, and I don't even know if it's a complaint, it's actually the maker's problem, is that you have to do a gauge swatch and follow your numbers for your gauge swatch. This one's sleeves are so long because I didn't do it. So, of course, when I went to go, it tells you, I don't know, knit for so long for your sleeve. I made it so long ago, I don't remember. This one, the sleeves are actually a little too short. And that one, they're way too long. They bunch up and everything at the end, which is fine. I still wear it. It's very comfy and cozy. But I highly, highly suggest a gauge swatch for that project because it can fit perfect, and then when you go to wash it or wear it or block it, it completely changes to a different size. So I yeah, if you're looking for kind of some inspiration, Campside Cardi, it is by Alicia Plummer, and it comes in all kinds of sizes. It's pretty size inclusive in my mind, and it's a nice big needle. You can get it done quickly.
Yeah,
and
knits up
it's
very
great.
quick. Another quick knit. This is the Metropolitan.
Oh yeah,
Again, I used, I think, size 10 or 11
it
needles on
was
this.
a fast knit.
And this is a really fast knit. It does call for like a turtlenecky. I didn't make it as big as it wanted it because I don't like a huge turtleneck.
Too much. You don't like too much either.
But again,
You wear that all the time.
I
too.
love this thing. So,
It's perfect
Yeah.
for Wisconsin.
and again, it was a free pattern by was it a Spastrico?
I don't think so.
Oh.
No, that's
No.
by Canadian husband wife. They got a little girl and two little.
Tanis Fiber Arts.
There you go, Tanis.
Yes.
Fiber Arts. Yep, that was
Yes.
hers.
Yes. Again, nice big bulky yarn. It went real fast.
Yeah, it was fun knit.
Yeah.
Lots of people made it because it was so quick and easy.
Yeah.
At the beginning of sweater season.
Right.
Well, it's 3:59 and we open the shop at 4 o'clock, so I got to go
Yeah.
press the lock because they're going to be knocking at the door. I have someone coming right at 4.
Yeah.
So we're going to cut this real short, real fast. Thanks so much for watching. We will be back filming at the end of January. So you're gonna go a few weeks this time. We hope to do it more regularly in the future, but right now we got to get through the holidays and this trip that I have. So we'll see you at the end of January.
Yes, and don't forget to make comments, subscribe, and we hope to see you again real soon.
Thanks for joining us.
Bye.
Happy knitting.